remote farmhouse and barn. Actually not so remote. This is where civilization starts. There's a proper fields down there with proper grass or crops. The moor, the barren part, the fell is back there. Unfortunately where the good weather is. Still spotting a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's nothing like yesterday, so I'm not getting too wet. It's quite pleasant, but it's going from cold to hot. When the wind blows and the sun's not on you, it can be very cold, particularly just 30-40 feet higher up. It gets cold. So there seem to be lots of barns here, stone barns, all over the place. I'm looking at 6 now. Whether they're derelict or they're actually in use, I'm not so sure. And I think that group of buildings down there, the farmhouse, is one of the places that advertises accommodation, camping as well. So we're not very far from Keld, I would think. So this is Ravenseat Farm, and it's a working farm, of course, but they cater for day trippers, cream teas, things like that. I just saw a notice which said they're closed, but of course it's 2 days after the end of lockdown. It's lousy weather, so not surprisingly they're closed. There's an interesting little bridge there which doesn't appear to lead anywhere. So we go down nearly into the farmyard and then loop back on ourselves, and I think the route is over here. As I've said, we weave our way between the barns, whether they are or aren't in use, let's see. Walking through the fields, which is frankly a lot more pleasant than walking here on the road. In fact, the road makes my legs feel tired. They're not tired, but they feel tired on the concrete. So I'm looking forward to getting back on soft ground again. Here's the bridge that doesn't appear to fulfill any function, except for me to get from one side of the water to the other. Not sure if that's what I'm supposed to do. Have a look at my book and have a look at the bridge at the same time. Seats for people eating their cream teas. A little bit of a waterfall here. And as the book says, very muddy. Very muddy. Feet and animals and water, of course, oozing down to the stream. But this must be lovely on a sunny day. I mean, it's lovely now. Just imagine in nice weather. Barn on the right, 2 barns on the left. Whoops. And various other buildings. Something up there looks a little bit like a church. Can't imagine it is, surely not. These are the barns. Don't look very much in use. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm looking back at the farm. Very nice of them. They put a little pavement here. I'd rather be walking here than walking here, I think. Saves my feet the mud, despite my very good shoes. And we come to another barn. Mind you, it may be the case, this is pretty high up, may well be the case that these barns are used for putting the sheep in the winter. Maybe they come up here with a 4x4 and dump a load of hay in the barn, and of course The sheep will be attracted to the hay, get them in the barn, see them through the bad weather. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe they're 19th, 18th century and they're simply not used anymore. Maybe people used to live here, the shepherds. A ravine and a small waterfall. Quite a ravine, isn't it? So, quite a drop down to the stream. And here's another of the waterfalls feeding it, just here. Barns all over the place. Yes, I guess there must be shelters for the sheep. So, it's getting warmer because we're getting lower. And the sky is clearing up. So I'm going to strip off. Not quite, but somewhat. And yes, dilapidated farmhouse it says. Yes, I'd agree with that, I think. And now we join a cart track, so the going should be a little bit better now, I hope. Well, either they enjoy living without a roof or the house has been vacated. I suspect it's vacated. Again, looks like walls made without cement, just stone on stone. A lot of skill of the builders in those days. And again, a Land Rover doing the job it's supposed to do. Not driving up and down the high street in town, but working on a farm. And this is an occupied farm. And the little doggy that approached me, I thought he belonged to the house. Maybe he doesn't. He's gone on ahead of me. He's actually gone round the bend. So maybe there's another house that he belongs to. It's a cart track. A Land Rover wouldn't have any problems with it, but it's a bit rough walking on. Very uneven rocks, loose rocks, but it's dry. So this is rather odd. I wonder what it is. Almost like a tunnel. Well, I've come the wrong way. This footpath goes down to the road, but there is another footpath up there which goes cross country into Kells, but I'm not going to go back up. I shall go to the road because my taxi's waiting for me, and I just wonder what on earth is this? Something for smelting? I wonder. So there's a sort of cliff edge here, and the path actually continues along up there. Those two people, they were fell runners. They ran down. I noticed they didn't run back, they walked back till they realised they'd made their mistake. They're walking on the top of the cliff. Wonder who'll get there first. This goes directly into Keld, and that actually joins this road a little bit further down. Another ruined building, and you see something like that and your mind goes, all the possibilities. What year was it? Who lived there? What sort of people were they? What did they talk like? What did they eat? What did they wear? Did they use money, or were they, living on kind? Swap a sheep for, I don't know, some coconuts, or I don't know what. Open door, boarded up windows, sort of shed at the back. May still be used for storage purposes, sheltering sheep. I mean, this gate obviously looks very new, and there are sheep around the building, so it's probably there for them to shelter. And my friends up there, don't see where they are now. The runners, maybe they've turned back. It departs a long way from the road, actually. Oh, I see somebody up there. See people going in the other direction. Oh, that would have been a nice walk. Pity. But I have to be back to meet my taxi. But the runners are on the top. I'm down at the bottom. I'm walking alongside the stream, and I get a view of those cliffs, and I don't know whether I don't have a better walk than they have. I have a nicer view. It's really imposing. Solid rock there and vertical. So presumably in earlier times when this river got very, very swollen, it or a glacier, I'm sure glaciers came this far south, a glacier carved its way through the rock. Well, I wouldn't call that one and that one, I would call them more a rush of water rather than a waterfall. So the edge of the village of Keld, I would imagine, houses, and my lodge I think is at the other end of the main street. Bike racers, motorcyclists, I wonder if they're all together. I wonder if there's a race or something. If it's not a bike race, it is very annoying. People come on here on holiday and maniacs racing their cars. Nice looking house. Not sure whether it's new or renovated. Bridge End. And there is a bridge here going to Stonedale and Tan Hill. And I see my runners up there, and I think they see me, and they're thinking, why didn't we do that? Keld Bunk Barn, Swaledale Yurts. I think those are the yurts. You spend the night in them. I don't know, have I made a mistake now? Not sure. Where's the rest of Keld? And this is rather a nice view from here. There's the farmhouse next to the yurts. Barns up on the hill, going right up there, and along the dale. I suppose you'd call this a Yorkshire Dale. And this is the real start of Keld. And frankly, it does look very, very small. I'm not surprised there's no internet or mobile phone signal here. So up the hill there, a little winding track